Hi guys, today is my book day. My book day is Diary of a Wimp Kid. Kid não. Diary of a Wimp Kid. Em português, Diário de Banana. Okay? Book 1. To be honest with you, I think that's a really dumb message to be telling kids, especially the ones at my school. It's great to me be. It's great to be me. Ha ha ha. Shove. Later on, they made an announcement that there are some openings on the safety patrols, and that got me thinking. If someone picks on a safety patrol, it can get them suspended. The way I figure it, I can use any extra protection I can get. Plus, I realized that maybe being in a position of authority could be good for me. Can we please cross the street now? Nope. But with it being standing here for an hour, I went out to Mr. Winsky office and signed myself up, and I got Rowley to sign up too. I told Mr. Winsky would make us do a bunch of chin-ups or jumping jacks or something to prove we were up for the job. But he just handed us our belts and bats on the spot. Mr. Rinsky said the openings were for a special assignment or school is right next to the elementary school, and David got a half day kindergarten there. He wants us to talk. He wants us to walk the morning session kids home in the middle of the day. I realized that meant we would miss 20 minutes of pre-algebra. Rowley must have figured that out too because he started to speak up. But I gave I gave him a wicked pinch underneath the desk before he could finish his sentence. But we would miss. I couldn't believe my luck. I was getting instant bullying protection and free pass from half of pre-algebra, and I didn't even have to lift a finger. Tuesday. Today was our first day of safety patrols. Me and Rowley don't technically have stations like all the other patrols, so that means we don't have to stand out in the freeze cold for an hour before school. But that didn't stop us from coming to the cafeteria for the free hot chocolate 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 they hand out to the older patrons before homeroom. Another great perk is that you get to show up 10 minutes late for first period. Hello, I'm telling you, I've got them made with this 6 thing. At 12:15, me and Rolly left school and walked the kindergartners home. The whole trip added up 45 minutes, and there were only 20 minutes of pre-algebra left when we got back. Walking the kids home was no sweet. Walking the kids home was no sweet, but one of the kin, kindergartners started to smell a little funny, and I think maybe he had an accident in his pants. He tried to let me know about it, but I just started straight ahead and kept walking. I would take these kids home, but believe me, I didn't sign up for any diaper duty. February, Wednesday. Today is snowed for the first time this winter, and school was cancelled. We are supposed to have a test and pre-algebra, and I've kind of slicked it off ever since I became a safety patrol. So I was scared, scared, scared. I called Rolly and told him to come over. Me and him have been talking about building the world's biggest snowman for the past couple of years now. And when I say the world's biggest snowman, I know kidding. Our goal is to get into the Guinness Book of World Records. Okay, that's huge. That's giant. But every time we got serious about going for the records, all the snow has melted and we missed our window of opportunity. So this year, I wanted to get started right away. When Rowley came over, we started rolling the first snowball to make the base. I figured the base was going to have to be at least 8 feet tall on its own if we wanted to have a shot at breaking the records. But the snowball got real heavy, and we had to take a bunch of breaks in between rows so we could catch our breath. Rant, wheeze. During one of our breaks, mom came outside to go to the grocery store, but our snowball was blocking her carting, so we got a little free labor out of her. After our breaking, me and Rolly pushed that snowball until we couldn't push it any farther. But when we looked behind us, we saw the mess we had made. The snowball had gotten so heavy that it tore up all the soot that that had that had just laid down this fall. I was hoping it would snow a few more inches and cover up our tracks, but just like that, I stopped snowing. Our plan to build the world's biggest snowman was starting to fall apart. So I came up with a better idea for our snowball. Every time in the snow, the kids from Wearley Street use or hail for sledding, even though this isn't their neighborhood. So tomorrow morning, when the Weirley Street kids come marching up or hail, me and Rolly are going to teach the I'm going to teach those guys a lesson. Thursday, when I woke up this morning, the snow was already starting to melt. So I told Rolly to hurry up and get down to my house. While I was waiting for Rowley to show up, I watched many try to build a snowman out of the petal crumbs of snow that were left over from our snowball. It was actually kind of pathetic. I really couldn't help doing what I did next. Unfortunately for me, right at the moment that was at the front window. Yeah, that was a ready-made meat. That was a ready-made at me for tearing up the salt. So I knew I was in for it. I heard the garage door open and I saw that coming outside. He marched right or carried a snow shovel, and I thought I was going to have to make a run for it. But Daddy was hitting for my snowball, not me. And in less than a minute, he reduced all our hard works to nothing. Rowley came by a few minutes later. I thought he might actually get a kick out of the happening, of what happened. But I guess he had his heart set on Rowley. That snowball down the hill, and he was really mad. But get this, Rowley was mad at me for what Daddy did. I told Rowley he was being a big baby, and we got a shoving match. Right when it looked like we were going to get in all out fight, we got ambushed from the street. It was a hit and run by the Weir Street kids. Big noise, big noise, big noise, big noise. I don't know. He he wearing the mask. And if Mrs. Levin, my English teacher, was there, I'm sure she would have said the whole situation was ironic, ironic. Wednesday, today at school they announced there is opening for the catering job in the school paper. There's only one comic slot, and up until now, this kid named Brian Little has been hooking it all himself. Okay, okay. Bye.